interesting process. You know, I reached within about another year, so we're about 3 years in. I reached around about 40 million views worldwide and over like 2 million something followers on social media. And I had the opportunity then to use that as leverage to reach out to some bigger and better people in the industry. And I had the opportunity to actually interview Tony Robbins, which is crazy because he's, you know, I looked at him as somebody that had so much greatness in him, and I wanted to replicate the things he was doing, but in my own way. And it was so great to have a conversation with him. And one thing really stood out to me in the conversation with Tony, and I said to Tony, and this is going to relate to a lot of you that are playing in this space right now. I said, Tony, you know, right now there's like a cesspool of all these people that call themselves coaches and bloggers and you know, YouTubers and so on. Like, how do the real people stand apart? And he said it's quite simple. He said, you know, the cream rises to the top. So a lot of people are not willing to master, they dabble. He said, even if you commit, he said, even if you just like slowly worked away at it, but you said, I'm gonna do this 10 years minimum, you're gonna be well known in your industry. You're gonna be the one that hung in there, and you're gonna be the one that's gonna be remembered, right? I was like, wow. And like when I thought about my website and speaking and coaching and everything I'm doing, I didn't even think about a 10-year minimum. I'm like, I'm in this for life. I'm trying to wife this bitch, you know? I was like, that's it, I'm in it, you know? And so it was interesting he says that, and I asked him, you know, so how can we really stand apart? What can we action? And he said, the biggest advantage you can have in business and even in life is truth. And the only way you could gain truth is through experience. You have to get your hands dirty. You've got to get in the trenches. It's the blood, sweat, and tears. And so me hearing that, I was like, wow, am I doing that? Am I really experiencing more? You know, I'm this guy sitting behind this blog, like typing away and doing some little podcast interviews and that. Am I really putting myself on the line to grow? And so what allows you to stand apart is by stretching. Not too much because you might snap, right? Just stretching enough to actually have that growth, to experience that growth, to know for sure that you don't have those limits, that you can increase your belief because you've given it a shot and you've had some form of a result. And so what I did was I started challenging myself. Like you've seen Preston jumping in front of videos, I would jump in front of a video camera, and at first I was like, I've got an idea and I want to, you know, shoot this, and it'd be like a bunch of takes. And now when I do it, it's like literally like you guys, like Alexi and Preston, it's like one take, flow from the top of the head. Right? And you get to that point and you start trusting yourself. Start knowing that there's these little things which I call whispers of wisdom, right? And I feel like it's kind of like your purpose keeps giving you those little whispers along the way. It's what happened to me throughout my whole growth from 7 years old up to now, 29 years old. Those little whispers, my friend Peter Kelly says, the tap on the shoulder, a little quiet tap on the shoulder just there. And so that came up for me so many times when I saw the videos and the books and everything else. And you all here in this room today have experienced whispers of wisdom. Some of you may not have tuned into it. You might have had the volume down. And so I'd like to invite you to crank the volume up. Listen to the music, you know, because there's so much going on out there that's truly amazing, and you're being blessed with these amazing gifts.